Alright, if this is your first time to this channel and you like to see live streams, live footage of rallies, riots, and political events all across America, videos of political commentary, and some man-on-the-street videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Right next to it, hit the bell button so that you're notified when we're live or when we upload a video. Okay, so this week we have yet another Marxist teacher. This time not a Marxist professor like in past videos that I've shown you here on this channel, but this time a high school teacher who is spewing anti-white rhetoric to her students and who works for a public charter high school. That's right, Ben Franklin High School is the high school that she works at, and we'll give you the rundown after this video because we have an informant teacher on the inside along with other informants that we will be able to give you the complete story about this, which will enrage you. But first, here's a few clips from what she has to say.
Black people cannot be racist. Let me repeat that. Black people cannot be racist. To be racist, you must be prejudiced and you must wield institutional power. And although anyone in this country can be prejudiced, anyone can believe something negative about someone based on their race, whether you're black or white, you cannot be racist if you don't wield institutional power.
Okay, so before we get to the ridiculous anti-white statements this high school teacher has made, let's go ahead and tell you a little bit of information that the informants have given me. First of all, she is repeating what she heard from a mandatory workshop that happened in August in Ben Franklin High School. This mandatory workshop was called Overcoming Racism Workshop. This was for all the teachers. You had no choice. You had to show up to this workshop. This occurred in August of 2017. This workshop was run by Matthew Kincaid. You can see Matthew Kincaid here. This workshop actually cost the school money. So I don't know how much they paid for this particular workshop. That information isn't available to me just yet, but I will have that information soon and give you an update on this channel. But this high school, which is publicly funded by your tax dollars, actually spent, who knows, probably hundreds or thousands of dollars on this workshop called Overcoming Racism by Matthew Kincaid, so that these teachers can go ahead and teach the children, who also you pay for their education at this school, anti-white rhetoric and something called racism only for white people. Now this was a 100% mandatory meeting. Remember that. All the teachers had to show up. And what some of these informants have told me is teachers are living in fear. The political atmosphere at this high school is strangling. This is what this teacher told me. Katie Clincy is a science teacher. This lady, who you just heard from right here, is a science teacher. She teaches this stuff in her classroom. Other teachers have heard her teaching this stuff in her classroom. Students have told these informants that she teaches this stuff in her classroom, this anti-white, racist, only white people can be racist, and all of that garbage. One of the teachers actually had to pick up a dictionary to show their students the true definition of racism because those students in that classroom were talking about what they heard from teachers like her and other teachers who came and regurgitated the information, the false Marxist information that they heard in this mandatory workshop. So this teacher had to pick up a dictionary and show students the actual real version, the actual real definition of racism, and that anyone can be racist. Now, as you can see here, the definition of racism. Now, a person who shows or feels discrimination or prejudice against people of other races. This is right there for you guys, and I'm sure there's many other new definitions I've seen, but I have a trusty 30-year-old dictionary at my house. And the definition talks about different skin colors. It says nothing about only white people can be racist. Let's go ahead and hear what else she has to say.
That even though there are black people who hold some power, they don't hold institutional power. I'm an educator, so let me use an example within the education system. Let's have two principals, a white principal and a black principal. For argument's sake, let's say that both of their student bodies of their schools are about half black and half white. In this example, our white principal is going to suspend black students if they curse. He's only going to give after-school detentions to white students if they curse. We know that's racist, right? Plain and simple. He's using his power based on race. But If our black principal does the same thing, right? If he starts suspending white students, but gives black students after-school detentions, this is prejudice. This is hugely problematic and wrong, but it's not racist. Yes, he does have power as principal of that school, but he doesn't wield institutional power.
Sorry, honey. You might be an educator, but it's clear that your IQ doesn't surpass 90. You are a very low-informed, low IQ educator. You guys might remember the video I did where I walked around showing people that New York Times article that was titled, "Can My Children Be Friends with White People?" which the writer was talking about his black kids. And I reversed the article and made it say, "Can my children be friends with black people?" and went around and asked people if they thought it was racist both ways. Here's what the black people had to say.
Who printed the exact same thing but in reverse. Would it still be racist?
Still be racist.
Now, it's also very important to note that the informants that I have within Ben Franklin High School have also told me that this mandatory workshop that was held for teachers, the man, Matthew Kincaid, actually talked about how white people owe black people reparations and things of that nature within this workshop. So this is not only just something about racism or ending racism in America or anything simple or easy like that. This is a completely Marxist/postmodernist curriculum that these teachers are being doled out by whoever is in charge of hiring Matthew Kincaid for this mandatory workshop, and then they tell their students that. Now remember, this is a science teacher. This is a science teacher. Nothing of this sort should be talked about in her classroom, let alone that this is a high school that is public that you pay for. If you understand their agenda is to take the white male down. That is their final goal, is to take the white male down, which they see as the bourgeoisie of old communism. If you understand how communism worked, it was the bourgeoisie versus the proletariat. And the proletariat of today is black, trans, gay, LGBT, QI, square root of 1,000 people, all these different people who are supposedly under the oppressed category in the oppression Olympics versus the white male. The white male is the oppressor, the bourgeoisie, and this is why you're getting this type of rhetoric. This is why you're getting schools inviting this anti-white rhetoric into their mandatory workshops and things of that nature. So now, once again, back to our campaign called Film Your Marxist Professors. I want you to share this video everywhere. I want you to share the page, Film Your Marxist Professors, everywhere, because we are accepting submissions from students all across America who can catch their teachers on film talking like this within their classroom, high school, grammar school, college. Send us your videos. If you ask us to, we will invert the videos so the film looks like it's coming from the other side of the classroom. We can zoom in so they can't tell which seat that you are sitting in. So send us your video submissions, send us your pictures of curriculums, send us things that your teachers say to Film Your Marxist Professors on Facebook, and we will update you on this situation very soon. Please like this video because it helps the algorithms in YouTube to boost this video for more people to see it. Also subscribe and hit the bell button so you're notified when we're live, and please become a patron on Patreon. It helps us out tremendously, even if it's just $1 a month. And I'll see you tomorrow, as there is a video posted on this channel every single day.